Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. This Christmas tree's really a toilet paper roll for your kids to make. So we made this little Christmas tree because the girls wanted a Christmas tree for their dollhouse. So keep watching and I'll show you how. Today I'm going to show you this really simple little kids craft. It's a toilet paper roll in there if you can't tell. And you need duct tape or construction paper, your choice. You need some beads or mini pom-poms. You need yarn. It doesn't have to be green to be like my tree. It could be a pink tree or a purple tree or a white snow-covered tree, whatever your kids want. You need little scrap pieces of cardboard or even like cereal box would work, and some aluminum foil from the kitchen. And we're going to turn it into this little table decoration or just an ornament for their bedroom. Just, you know, just a little splash of decoration that they get to make. It's just been too long since I have done a toilet paper craft. I mean, there's just nothing like taking a roll of toilet paper and just doing something with it. So we're going to take our yarn and a piece of tape, and we're going to put this on the inside and just use the tape to keep it there. So tape's on, or yarn's on the inside. Pushing in the tape. You can see that it's in there now to keep it in there. And then we're just going to start wrapping around. I'm going to go up around. And what we're going to do is decide right now which one we want to be our top and which one we want to be our bottom, because whichever we choose to be the bottom is going to be whiter. At this point I've gone around, you know, don't worry about everything being perfect or even, but I've pretty much covered the whole roll here. And now I'm going to start to make the base of it thicker. So I'm going to go around lots of extras on the bottom here, because our tree's got to be wider at the bottom. You can see that starting to look wider down here than up here. We're not done yet. You want to be careful you don't squish your tree as you're working along. You want to keep it in that nice round shape. So don't worry if stuff comes off. We're going to put a little tree skirt on here. It'll be just fine. Okay, that's quite a bit wider now. I'm going to start kind of transitioning it into the smaller size. Don't go all the way up to the top. We don't want that to get any wider. And I'll put some more on the bottom. This is not an exact science. Just make it look how you want it to. And I'm going to go ahead and stop there. And I'm going to put another piece of tape on the inside just to keep that in place. I have lots of tape. I'm kind of addicted to it, so you can use construction paper here or even scraps of fabric, but I'm going to use some duct tape to make my tree skirt. So I'm going to take this, and I need it to be wider than the actual tree. And I'm going to put two strips right on top of each other. And we're going to get one more. So that's 3 strips wide. And then I'm going to go ahead and set this on top of just some junk paper, because the duct tape, you could use the duct tape on both sides, but the duct tape is a lot more expensive than this cheap little paper, and we don't want to spend more money than we have to on our project. So make sure when you set your tree on there that it's wider than that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut a circle, as big of a circle as I can, out of my paper. I'll come back around in here. Beautiful. We're going to put hot glue just all the way around this bottom. Make sure you've got it pretty centered. And squish. If you have any strings like that, just pick them off. We're going to turn our tree upside down for a second. I've got just a scrap piece of cardboard here off of a box. You could use cereal box, whatever you have. And I'm going to trace a circle around this, just so I make sure that the base of my star is big enough. So, oops, that was pretty ugly with my circle here. Yep. And then we'll make it a more perfect circle here. I think my roll got smooshed. Okay, got that. We're going to cut that out in a minute. But the next thing we need to do is draw a star. So I'm not perfect at this. I'm going to start with the kind that you did in school where you draw it and you see all the lines, and that's going to be okay because we're going to put our tin foil over this. So once you've drawn it, you know, make sure you actually like it. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger there. And then we're going to go ahead and cut that out. We're just going to take simple tin foil from your kitchen, and we're going to wrap it around our base. One side will be pretty, one side will be pretty ugly. And then we're going to tear that off. You can see that looks nice from the top. And we'll just set that over here on our tree for a second. And then I'm going to take this other side of it and we're going to wrap our star. So you may have to go through multiple passes with this if it breaks and whatever, but we're just kind of squishing this foil around the cardboard cutout shape that we made. I'm going to cut some of this excess off. It's getting pretty bulky in the back section. Just pushing, be careful you don't poke through the cardboard. And folding that in. And then I've just got this extra that's just not looking very good. So I'm gonna go in and cut off some excess once again and see if I can get that to lay down a little better. Yeah, it's not as pretty from this side, but it's still good. This is just a kid's craft, so let's be happy with it. And then we're gonna take this and we're gonna do a little bit more hot glue. So first thing, you got to pick how you want it to sit on your thing. You know, try all the different positions. I like this one. And so we're going to have 2 points of glue, one right here and one right here, in order to get that to sit on there on the base. Okay, give that a second to dry. And still treat it gently. It's not totally set up yet. We're going to put some glue on the bottom here. I don't know why I put it in the middle. It's not going to touch there, but you know, I was being thorough. And make sure it lines up where you're happy with it. And put that on there. Kind of just pushing it down. Pull off any extra strands of glue. Those always seem to be everywhere in my projects. Glue! And now it's time to glue on our ornaments. Our ornaments. Whew, that was easy for me to say, right? And, you know, these are just beads. Got some silly shaped beads here. Just a little bit of glue on. Push onto your tree. Voila!